So I'm here at the Louden Nelson Community Center in Santa Cruz. My name's Diane Rejman. I currently have a photo exhibit here, which is approximately 80 photographs. So here we go. The core of the collection is called Homage to Santa Cruz and the Monterey Bay. I lived with a view of the bay for 4 winters. Too long a story for now. But during that time, I took approximately 3,600 photographs of the Monterey Bay. A lot of them you can see are the Santa Cruz Wharf. And then I have a set of pictures looking east to the Santa Cruz Harbor. So I took these as a hobby, and when I started printing them, I thought, oh my God, this is like the most amazing collection of pictures. Nobody's ever taken a set of pictures like this before, and it'd be pretty impossible to replicate the collection. So I started showing them to people, and God, the enthusiasm was just great. And people started buying them, so I turned it into a business. So here I am. Here's the Santa Cruz Wharf. This is one of the favorites. Here I am at my 3rd show. So the first show was sponsored last October for a First Friday event by the O'Neill Sea Odyssey. They had never opened their building to a First Friday event before, and they gave me the use of their classroom for the night. So I set up 45 pictures. The show lasted 3.5 hours, and I took them down. Actually, what we're looking at here, this is a picture looking east to the harbor. That's a rainbow over the lighthouse is right here. So a lot of these shots are of that. So anyway, after the O'Neill Sea Odyssey, which was just such an honor, what a great night that was. Thank you so much to Dan Hafley and all the staff. But after that, I got into the Scotts Valley Library. Now, this is the new library that just opened about a year or 2 ago. And once again, I had 60 or so linear feet of wall space, and I was able to hang about 45 pictures. Now, that was up for 3 months. And the only issue there was you had to be there only when the library was open, and they were in 2 meeting rooms. So if there was anybody in the meeting rooms, you couldn't get in to see them too good. But it was a great honor. They were there for 3 months. Now we're looking at the Santa Cruz Lighthouse. This is a view from Seabright Beach. This was taken a couple months ago during the biggest full moon in a long time. So this is with natural light looking at the harbor. Now we have some surfing pictures. Dreaming about the waves. This is at Cowell Beach. Great surf spot in Santa Cruz. Looking towards the wharf. So after these were at the Scotts Valley Library. During that time, a nonprofit in Scotts Valley called the Scotts Valley Artisans tripled their floor space. They had been open for less than a year and were so successful that they moved into a bigger space. They actually moved into the old Scotts Valley Library space, where they now house 150 artists. It's just amazing. It's like an indoor street fair, but it's there all the time. And I managed to get space in there. Okay, here we have what I think this is cool. This is sunny day, stormy day. It's the same shot of the wharf, but certainly different personality. And then this here is the oldest picture of the collection. It's the one people love this. It's a picture of snow on the main beach. On the day I decided to move to Santa Cruz, it snowed. I'm a girl from New England, so I didn't care much about the snow, but I went out at night. I couldn't see a thing. It was pitch black, even in my viewfinder, pitch black. Took a chance, took a flash, and here we go, snow on the beach. This is actually the first picture I had printed. I had to have this professionally done. In 2007, there was a world-class sailboat race here for the Melgus 24s. So we're hard to see, but coming into the harbor, there's a line of boats, about 30 of them. They're all the same. The Melgus 24s at the end of their race, 2007. Now we come into the favorite picture in the collection. Here we go, my pelican with a live fish in its pouch. Pictures like this are such a gift. I was out on the wharf taking pictures of the sailboats, and a fisherman was feeding this pelican. So I got, like, the light was perfect. You can't really stage a picture like that. That was just the perfect shot. And people love it. And then here's just a couple companion shots to go with that. So I don't do enlargements because of the inventory issue. Here we have the Santa Cruz Boat Parade, so I put these on Christmas cards. The thing about these pictures, I print them all myself at home. They're 8x10s, matted to 11x14. And what people are doing is they're buying a couple of them. I mean, they can put one in a small space, or they can buy a couple, three, and do their own mix and match and come up with their own wall grouping. Now here I go into Northern California more. When this space was offered to me, when I went from 65 linear feet to 112, I had to fill the wall. There was no way I was going to leave empty wall space. So here I have some pictures from Point Arena Wharf, Raven at Point Arena. Now we go to Lake Tahoe. These are from travels I took in the past year or so. Here we have my sunbeam moonbeam combination. This picture was taken again with available light only through a window at night. That is the moon. All I could see through my viewfinder was one white dot. And I took this picture and I had no idea what would come out. And I think it's pretty cool. We have a little moonbeam here. Now we go up to Pacifica. Here we have a Pacifica sunset. This picture was again taken with available light, and this is taken 1/2 hour after sunset. So again, it was dark. Figure it out. It's a tricky picture. This is the only picture from a train trip I took last year. This is Eric James. He's a Woody Guthrie type singer, songwriter. He travels around the country, mostly on train, and he was singing. And you can see this is actually a reflection of the sunset, which is in back of me. You can see the reflection of me. So he was just sitting down there playing his guitar. And I never would have dreamed I'd get such a cool picture out of it, but people loved this one. And then here is my piece is not a 4-letter word picture. You can tell it pretty good in the image here, but we've got the P-E-A-C in case it's hard for you to see it. And this is made up of people's hands giving me the peace sign. So speaking of favorites, as part of my show, I have people vote for their 3 favorite pictures. And for every 20 votes I get, I give away somebody's #1 choice. How's that? I also donate to silent auctions and raffles for nonprofits. I've donated to about 8 so far, and I love doing that. This is a Tucson sunset. It's really one of the most unusual sunsets I've ever seen. This line even perplexes me now, how there was no color up at the top of this sunset. I was going up to Mount Lemmon. And then finally I filled the space with some pictures from the Grand Canyon. This one we've got 3 of us waving in the shadow. And then here we have, I was only at the Grand Canyon, believe it or not, for 1 hour. And during that time I saw 4 elk, 4 deer, and a raven. And this guy, I don't use lenses. This guy was staring right at me and started walking towards me. And I thought, well, time to go now, which is what I'm saying too. So here's my show of the Louden Nelson Center, and thanks for watching. Stop by. Bye-bye.